Hi and welcome to this week's edition of the Panel Guide. This week we were hoping to do the talk about tree mill, but unfortunately we're still working on the content and the information to present that. So hopefully we'll get that done next week for you. But this week I'm going to do a personal bit of a hijack. Over the last couple of weeks, more and more information and more questions are coming out to me about the duration of cladding, lifespan of cladding, longevity of cladding, and also, obviously with the new EPCs and CCPIs and all those accreditations which are coming into force, it's all about the length of cladding. Now that's not the warranty of the cladding, so it's the length and the duration and the lifespan of the cladding and the roofing as well. Now obviously there's a whole heap of parameters which make panel systems last longer, and obviously which give them the lifespan they do, but obviously with any panel system they're sort of designed with a lifespan of 50-60 years. And what I've been thinking about and obviously speaking to companies alike is that why aren't buildings lasting that long? Now obviously the issues tend to be coatings. Obviously the coatings aren't designed to last that long, but the panel system is, so that's the core, the insulation. So whether it's PIR, X, quad core, whether it's a rock wool, mineral wool, stone wool, glass wool even, the panel system itself is tested regardless of the coating to last a lifespan. And as I say, that can be anything from up to 50-60 years. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks is I'm going to be meeting with clients and hoping to come up with a solution to this issue, because in terms of sustainability, rock wool panels, mineral wool panels, stone wool panels are an absolute nightmare to recycle, because the truth of it is you've got two skins of steel, you've got a mineral wool core, and then obviously when you take one side of the panel off, so one side of the steel, and you've got the rock wool exposed, the mineral wool exposed, and then on the other side you've got another steel facing which you still need to remove. That is almost impossible to do it. You've got to manually do that. You've got, you need a huge spade to actually try and break the mineral wool away from the actual steel facing. But because obviously the flex, and because it's made with fibres, obviously it becomes very complicated to do that. With a PIR system, then that becomes a lot easier, because obviously it's a rigid board. Obviously when it cures, and whether it's made on a injected foam, or whether it's made on a continuous line, or whether it's made on a press, it becomes a rigid board. So obviously that then becomes easier to actually break it apart. But obviously with mineral wool, that then sticks to the steel facing, which then becomes contaminated. So there's lots of processes which go into to actually recycle, remanufacture, and all these complications which go together in our industry. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to come up with solutions. I'm trying to save the carbon. Obviously there's lots of companies now investing in carbon capture and trying to reduce the amount of carbon used during the recycling and production. That's great. Well, obviously again, it's all helping our little planet. But that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're trying to give you some solutions on. But obviously when it's taken off the panel, obviously there's a huge manual process of taking off a building and then to reclad and put on a new building. Again, if it's a refurbishment, or if it's a building which has come to the end of its guaranteed life, and then you're looking to redo it again. What we're trying to say is, well, look, maybe that's not the perfect solution, because ultimately that building has to be empty. If you're taking the roof off, you're taking the walls off, whoever's inside that building, if it is an existing client, tenant, or owner, they're going to have to be out of that building. And that could be months, so they're going to have to obviously stop their businesses. If the building is, if the panels are checked, I can do a survey, I can confirm all of that, whether the panels are fine. If there's any defects, we can address those. We can highlight those, and we can come up with a solution for those. Then what we can do is the building can be recoated. It can be, there's lots of companies now who can offer, lots of spray technology, different types of things which can be added in. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about basically the options what we've got available to us. So you've got, as I say, you've got the coating issue, so where the building can be sanding down, treated, resprayed. So that can be in any colour. It can be, you know, coated to any solution. You know, if it's a corporate colour you're trying to keep, or if you're just looking at the usual, you know, anthracite or goosewing grey, you know, the building can be coated. That's that. So you've got the solution. But then to bring it into regulation, if the building is like 15, 20, 25 years old, you know, you want to bring it up to better thermal, you know, the better building codes. Then you're looking at solutions with PV. I've been working on PV solutions for panel systems for a long time now, and over the last couple of years I've been working with the guys at Ergoson and CBS. They've come up with some great systems which have been tried and tested in what they do. Originally started on a tile system, so it was this was one of the tiles which they have here. This is a terracotta colour, and this was actually bonded to traditional tile, and then you can see the mechanisms on the back. They go through the tile and then they're connected on the inside. What they've done is they've actually taken that the next step further, where they can develop it into a composite panel system, and then this is basically what you will have here. So what you see here is this is with an anthracite colour tile. So you've got the trapezoidal panel as you see here. You've got two supporting rails which run along the length of the panel in the pan. The system is then adhered to this, so it can come with a self-adhesive, or it can just be basically placed in and used on pressure and friction. And then you've got two top hats which run the length of the crowns. Again, this is fully certified and tested. It was a system called the Ergoson Delta Energy. This was fully tested by UL in the States, and was tested with, I think it was 4 manufacturers. But again, it is a fully tested system with both PIR and mineral wool core panels, which can also be used on the walls as well as roofing. So if you've got, you know, a building where you've got maybe some kingspan, some tartar, some rookie, some your cedar panels, what you've built for the last, 10, 15, 20 years, any panel manufacturer, it can be. The beauty of this system is they are willing, the factory will make to suit what is needed. So they will actually change the size and the dimensions of these, and they can actually make them suit for the panel system. Obviously, if it's, you only need 5 tiles, then obviously it's not going to happen. But obviously, if you're building, if you're putting PV on a building, then you would be looking at a substantial size anyway. But the beauty is, like I say, you've got 2 options of colours. They can be retrofitted as well. Because it's such a lightweight system, as you can see here, there's no weight to it. There is flex to it as well. You don't need to worry about secondary supports, structural purlins, ballasts. The foundations don't need to be increased for that. So, whereas currently now, if you are building a glass PV building, you have to do obviously the calculations. You have to check that the structural steel will support the weight of the the frame, the glass, because obviously which is heavy, and that will all be need to take into consideration on top of the the snow loads and the wind loads and the suction pressures and all the uplifts. This is a perfect system, just go straight in. Now, because it has been tested with composite panels, it could be assessed to a specific manufacturer. This is basically how the technology has changed. So as you can see here, 1.5 meters long, and you've got your MC4 connections, top and bottom. So these just constantly go in a loop up and down, so all your panel systems. So and if there is a part, as you can see there, it doesn't look like a PV bin because there's no flex to it, and because there is there's no gloss, there's no reflection. It's a perfect solution. But yeah, it's been fully certified and tested. With, as I say, with both PIR and mineral wool core panels, so you can use it roof and walls. But then what Ergoson have done is they've actually taken it to the next level where, I'll just show you here. This is actually a system which was developed with standing seam. So you've got a standing seam where the system, you can have the connections go on the front of the panel system, but then it's bonded with 3M tapes, all self-adhesive, and then they're actually put in place and bonded to traditional, so whether it's flat roofing or whether it's a standing seam, you've got a solution there. So yeah, so if it might be something of interest to you, maybe this is something that would be ideal for your buildings. If you're an architect, if you're if you're an owner, an end client that you're looking for a solution for the end of life for your buildings, give us a call. We might be able to do something for you. I am going to be meeting with some marketing companies and some spray technology companies over the coming weeks, and then we're going to look to get a solution together. Again, we're not looking for the monetary gain. We're trying to protect our industry, and why we ending the life of buildings after the warranty of what is 25 years, the structural, the thermal performance of those buildings, when we can actually give you a solution which will continue. We'll give you that second life with the panels, which are designed to have that life anyway. And then those liquid coatings, which are then sprayed onto the panels, they will then continue later on. So if that's of any interest to you, get in touch. If you'd like me to come and survey a building that you have, if you want me to see if there's a chance of giving it another life, refurbishment. That's what we're here to do, and hopefully we can assist you. As I say, next week we're back on track with hopefully Trimo information and some more information as well. If you are a manufacturer of PV, get in touch. We want to hear about all types of systems, solar systems and new technology. If you have some type of new, say the carbon capture and all these amazing things which are making a change to our industry, please get in touch, and we look forward to seeing you then. If you do need anything, just please drop me an email, info@thepanelguy.net, or give me a call. All the details will be at the end. Please, please like, follow, and share with all your contacts, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.